We're here with Corey Hart. He has a new album, a self-titled CD. Corey Hart would be the guest. Now, you get your 10 seconds in response to your Asian eyes. You hated that scene from the CD, from the video. The music you liked.
No, I really like the song.
Yeah.
I really love the song. The video we could do with that.
And is that just because you were a younger guy then? I mean, we all look back at things we did 10 years ago and say, oh my God.
No, it's really subjective. I mean, someone else will look at it and, you know, some of my fans may really love that video. It's very subjective. It's strange because I haven't seen a lot of these videos for a number of years, and I'm getting a nice little crash course in Corey Hart
now,
videology.
Now, when you were in your, between sort of 91 and coming back, I mean, if you weren't writing and you weren't performing, what did you do all day long?
You want to get that personal with me, Pamela?
Yeah.
What did I do? Well, I would just, you know, on Saturday night I'd watch the hockey games, and I would, you know, play tennis, and I'd hang out with my brothers, and we bought some land. Eric and I bought some land, and who was my first wife. Yeah. And we were in the process of building a house, and we did build a house, and that took about 1.5 years' time. And we traveled, and I just hung out. I tried to be a farmer and grow some tomatoes, and didn't do very well.
Do you find yourself to be a more spiritual person now than you were? There's some parts of this album, listening to it, that the music seems that way.
That spiritual person. I think that I've always been. I wrote a song called "In Your Soul," which to me, you know, epitomizes a sense of spirituality. I'm not in a New Age, you know, praying to the gods sort of image, which is fine, but it isn't the way that I'm representing it. It's more spirituality that emanates from your soul, and where you find your own comfort and you find who you are. And you know, I wrote the song in '88, so that's 10 years. My math isn't very good. 8 years ago, something like that. So,
what guides you?
Well, I believe angels guide me, and I think my compass is everything that I've lived through to date.
We're a product of our experience. But what do you mean angels guide you?
Well, it was a two-part answer. The angels, you know, I grew up with the philosophy that there were angels there that would guide me and that would protect me and that would try and do their best to lead me down, you know,
right paths,
the right choices, you know. And sometimes we all failed. Me and the angels.
They didn't do their part. One of the critics once said of you, and this was 10 years back, but I just want to know whether you think it holds.
Is he still a critic?
He's still a critic.
All right.
He says of Corey Hart, he's the modern pop equivalent of F. Scott Fitzgerald or D.H. Lawrence, young men whose first works were thrice blessed. They appeared to be constructed without effort. They were critical successes and commercial runaways.
Well, I'm in no way in the league of those writers, and nor would I ever be so foolish to think that I am. I mean, I'm a songwriter. I love writing songs. It's a gift that, you know, I believe that you're born with, and that you either use or you don't use. And I only want to get better at what I do. I only want to write with more layers and with more simplicity, if you see the paradox. And
that's the thing, getting rid of the extraneous stuff. That's the skill.
No, I'm just in a long line of a lot of songwriters, and I just hope at the end of the day that I can look back on my career and the fans. You know, I've been reading the fan mail on this new album, and a lot of people haven't written me in a number of years that are writing again after hearing this record. And sometimes I'm actually really moved to tears when I read some of the letters, because it makes it so, it crystallizes for me why I wanted to do this when I was a kid, because I wanted to touch people.
Now, in some of the things written about you, it said that you were working on a screenplay at one point, that you might consider acting. Is all of that stuff back on, or is it off?
Well, I think those were early interviews. Yeah. I think at 21, 22, I was getting sent a lot of scripts from Hollywood, because people down there thought that, you know, I could translate on film. And
Brat Pack, good luck, looks, and all that stuff. Yeah.
Perhaps. I just never had any inclination to act.
So you're just going to continue to write, and if you run against another wall, will you know how to handle it better this time around?
Well, I didn't. I didn't. Well, how can I put it? I didn't self-destruct.
No.
You know, I think that.
But if a writer can't write, it's a very frustrating.
Well, I'll just try and climb the wall the best I can.
Now you're going on tour, all over.
That's my first tour in 9 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you going to be leaping around the stage like you
Not
used to
so
do?
much. Too old for that. Stay in one place.
Are you taking India with you?
She's she's with us all the time, and in her mom's singing backgrounds, I was lucky enough that she accepted my job offer to sing backgrounds. She's such a great singer; she doesn't need to be in my band.
So there might be a debut. Really nice to talk with you.
It was a pleasure, Pamela.
Yeah, best of luck.
All the best to you.
Corey Hart, his new album entitled Corey Hart. First, what album is this now?
Number 7.
Number 7.
But it's not a crap out.
No, it's a good one. We'll be back in just a moment with Bill Emmett. He is the editor of Economist magazine. We had a chance to talk with him when we were in London last week. As I'm sure you know, we were in London, England last week. We had a chance to talk with Bill Emmett. He's the